G'day, it's Mark here again. Thanks for tuning in. Today we've got a pretty interesting car. If you are a subscriber to the channel and just press the little button, the little red button down there on the lower right hand side of the screen, become a subscriber. It doesn't cost anything, helps the channel as well. But today we've got an unusual car. We generally have American and Australian cars on the channel, but we have had unusual Sigmas, we've had Volvos, but now we're going from Morris 1300s to Maserati. So today we've got a beautiful 2015 Maserati Ghibli, G-H-I-B-L-I. And the Ghibli's got a pretty storied history with Maserati. It was previously I think it was a two-door sports car, but in this latest iteration, as you can see here, it's a four-door sedan. So we'll get the owner to come in. My good friend Stephen.
Hello Mark, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for sharing the car on the channel. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Got some scratch there.
Oh, look at that. Actually, I thought you were someone who looked after your cars. Now, do you know the name of the colour, by the way?
I don't.
It's dark burgundy, isn't it?
Dark burgundy is eggplant. My friends call it.
Okay, I think they're underselling it there.
Well,
I don't think that.
The symbol.
I don't think that would have been in the brochure. Dark eggplant. I don't think it would have really. Yeah, I think it looks very nice. It's a very nice, rich, deep burgundy. I guess in the Italian theme, almost like a nice red wine.
It actually sets off the cream interior.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful interior. Fantastic. I'll try not to get my shadow in this shot here, but yeah, it's a lovely interior. And it's also, as you notice here, it's a pillarless. So look, you'll call it a pillared hardtop, which is what, if you think of a 72 Ford LTD or a 71,
very similar.
They had the same. So Maserati clearly is copying off Ford Motor Company again.
Or Subaru.
Yeah, Subaru had it as well. That's right. So now, what engine has this got in it?
This has got a 3-litre twin-turbo V6.
Wow.
Apparently, it is made. Apparently, it's made by Ferrari. It's often called the poor man's Ferrari, or the.
You don't strike me as poor.
Rich man's Fiat.
Or Alfa Romeo, might that probably sounds better though.
I'd never really considered an Italian car before.
No.
This came up sort of randomly. It belonged to my wife's boss, actually.
Oh,
he
right.
asked me if, man in his 80s, it's only done 50,000 kilometres.
Wow.
And he said, could you sell it for me? So
yeah.
I had it for a week and I said to Sally, I think I'd like it.
I want to buy it.
It grew on me. It's got all buttons in the all stupid Italian positions.
Oh yeah, you've got the gear changing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's the volume for the stereos on the inside of the wheel between the flappy.
What will they think of next?
But you sort of get used to it, and I've sort of fallen in love.
What's
with
the ride quality like? Is it quite? Is it firm or supple?
It's soft enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming from a 760 BMW, which I had for 10 years.
Yeah, V12, wasn't it?
Yeah, not quite the limo that was.
Yeah. How do you find the power difference between the 7?
It's about the same. It's about the same performance.
Really? This obviously would rev more to get to that.
A bit more, makes a nice sound.
Yeah, yeah. But, I could hear you coming actually when you came to pick me up.
Yeah, it's got a bimodal exhaust.
Oh, right. Okay, well, live and let live these days.
Yeah. Not a non-binary exhaust.
That's right. So, as you can see here, I like the stitched dashboard, that nice trimming there. It's also got like a dark wood grain sort of treatment, if you see that. I like the emblem as well, like the what do you call it? Is it a
trident?
Trident.
Yeah.
Trident.
I must say, for show-off value, it has got a nice big key.
Yes, I mean that is one of the criteria when you buy a luxury car is a big key. I think like the Rolls Royce has a key that's almost as big as a guitar. So we might just do a quick. If you want to close the door, just do a little quick walk around here, just so you can sort of get the sense of the vehicle. I'll try and keep my shadow out of the shot. I do quite like the concave grille. I did drive a Maserati Gran Turismo, I think it was, which had that sort of concave grille. I think it's actually a very nice treatment. And if you think back to the Maserati 3200 GT, they had those nice boomerang taillights. Remember those?
They did too, yes.
Yeah, they had a pretty troublesome gearbox, but apart from that, they looked quite good.
I'm hoping this car isn't going to be troublesome.
No, of course I wasn't alluding to that.
It's only done 50,000 kilometres, but who knows? I had ceramic polish.
It looks lovely, actually. I really like the colour. I think the colour looks fantastic. Now, please remember to click the like button. I guess, what do you guys think? Is this one of the Maserati's better products? Do you feel it lives up to the Maserati name? It'd be good to see what you think. And please also give the video a thumbs up, because that also helps the channel as well. And as I said earlier at the beginning, hit that little button in the bottom right hand of the screen, the red square, to subscribe. Doesn't cost a thing and it helps the channel. So very nice. Yes, and then if you could pull the hood, that'd be, or the bonnet, but we have a lot of American viewers, so I'll say hood.
Actually, it's funny you're talking about this car. Is obviously, I think Maserati own Chrysler and Jeep.
Yeah.
And the electric window switches and the indicator stalk seems to be from the Cherokee.
A Jeep Cherokee. Oh, that's interesting. It's part of Stellantis, isn't it? I think. That sounds good. I'll go around here and hear that a bit more. Wow. Yeah. It's a very Ferrari-esque sound, isn't it? And it's kind of nice to have that in a sedan as well. It's all very, I don't know why I expected to see red in there, but I guess that's the Ferrari thing, right? Yeah, look, it looks very nice and neat, doesn't it? I do like the rock covers. That Maserati rocket cover. It's, yeah, really, really nice.
I actually changed the spark plugs myself.
You did?
Remarkably easy to work on.
Okay.
Just look up a YouTube video on how to do it.
So, well, I've done that before on some of my cars. Well, let's go for a little bit of a spin around the block, shall we? My seatbelt on one-handed. It's always a... Oh yeah, it's working.
Do you want a heated seat?
Oh no, not today.
The only thing that's a bit awkward and takes a bit of getting used to is this gearbox.
Right.
It's in park and you one gentle click in the reverse.
Right.
But you invariably end up sort of... And that's in the drive.
Oh, and this little clock here, remember the Maserati bi-turbos? Remember those in the 80s?
That clock featured in those too.
Yeah, they had that little clock, I remember that. So wait till we're out on the... Is it your set parking sense or whatever?
Oh, it's a 50 zone.
It is. But this is on a special track that we've hired.
It's a closed road circuit.
Yes, filmed under controlled conditions.
I haven't really worked out it changes gear quite well by itself, but you can sort of fiddle around.
Yeah. I mean, I've driven cars where you do that. It's kind of nice as a novelty, isn't it? But after a while, you just let it change, do its own thing. Yeah. Oh, the ride is, I mean, it's firm, but it's actually comfortable, isn't it?
Smooth.
Yeah. And also the engine, you know, if it's not under hard acceleration, it's, you know, you can hear a little growl, I guess, but it's not too intrusive. Yeah. Now, remember, sometimes there's speed cameras down here, so I'd hate for you to get a speeding ticket on one of my videos. It says filmed under controlled conditions, that's what that sign just said.
Filmed under slightly out of control conditions.
Yeah, filmed under out of control conditions.
The window opens quiet.
Yeah.
And you take the sport mode off and it quietens the exhaust.
Yeah, I do like the wood, sort of like, it's got the actual grain effect in it. I remember seeing that in Disneyland. It's very nice, actually. The roof's quite low, isn't it? I mean, you've got enough room as long as you're not... I think if you're very tall, like, you might have some difficulty, but... No, and I think the back actually has quite... It seems to go up at the back for the rear passengers.
It's got reasonable room in the back. It's
not
quite as big as the old BMW was.
Yeah, well, that was huge. That was like an
kids have grown up and they've got their own cars now, so...
Well, that's right. You don't need to be driving them around. But it's
fun to drive. It makes you want to drive fast, which unfortunately you can't.
No, you can't do that these days. There's too many...
It's a 60 zone.
Yeah, there's no way you can drive fast these days. There's too many cameras and things. But actually, it's very supple. Like, we're going on this road now, there's quite a few bumps and dips. And it's actually... No, we're not doing 90 in a 60 zone, no. But it's actually quite supple. It's not harsh at all. That's one thing I've got to say. I actually rode in a new E-Class Mercedes-Benz the other day. It was just a hire car, and I just thought the ride was really harsh, and it really put me off the whole car. You know, I like a car to ride nicely, soft, supple.
Well, if you can't drive fast, you may as well be comfortable.
Well, I think if you're in a Ferrari or something like that, and it's like a track car, then sure. But just for normal driving around, I like cars to be comfortable, which is why I tend to like larger cars. But anyway, look, that's the Maserati Ghibli. And do you want to, any other comments about what you love about it, or?
I love the noise it makes.
Yes.
I love saying when people ask, "What shall I pick you up in?" I say it's a Maserati.
Or if you're at a party, what do you have? What kind of car do you have? You go, I've got a Maserati.
Do you know what? It's almost a little tiny bit embarrassing. But
Right. That's never stopped you in the
I'm not
past.
that much of a show off, am I?
No, but you've got a. Oh, that gold chain's only partially showing.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, Stephen, thanks very much for sharing the car.
Thank you very much.
Really
Mark.
appreciate it. And as I say, please subscribe to the channel, comment, and like. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.